What's going on, folks? Welcome back to LawnShark channel. So today we are going to start a multi-day project. But before we get started, I just wanted to mention that it is about 44 degrees here this morning here in Nashville. Welcome to Nashville. If you have never been here, it's either going to be blazing hot, or it's going to be really cold, or it's going to fluctuate between the two in the spring and the fall. It's very windy. It's 44. It will be a high of 57. A couple days ago, we had almost 80 degrees. So you just never know what you're going to get around here. So, like I said, today we are going to start a multi-day project, and the project for this video is going to be cleaning up flower beds and getting them all ready. One of the things that we want to do today in this first day is, at a minimum, we want to define our flower beds and we want to clean up all the weeds so that we are ready for mulch and any new plants and relocation of plants that we're going to be doing. So my wife's going to come out here and she's going to grace me with her presence and her muscles to help me do a lot of work. It shouldn't take us very long, I don't think, but you just never know. So we'll see what we can come up with. Let me show you what we're going to be working on today. So when we look at the flower beds, what I really want to do is cut in a nice sharp edge. And you can see we've got a little bit of weeds in there. The plants are just now starting to come out of dormancy. This sucker's got a bunch of thorns, but it is starting to sprout some flowers and some leaves. And definitely these boxwoods, and they're not very well defined. That boxwood especially is not very well defined, but I'm going to be working on that. Again, sorry about the wind. And then we have a couple of crepe myrtles. This is a little guy here, and then we've got a couple of them down there. But those crepe myrtles are always last to come out of dormancy, and so I'm not terribly concerned with those, but we definitely want to get things cleaned up. We've got a few plants coming up right there. And then, like I said, these boxwoods need to be better defined. And then decorative grass. And then, as you can see, my Japanese maple is coming in very nicely. Lots and lots of new growth and leaves. This tree was not doing very well when we first moved in here a couple of years ago. And it has become very, very healthy. Even the trunk was coming apart, and it looks like it has recovered very well. But anyway, so we're going to clean up some of these weeds and then redefine that edge. And then down here, same idea. We are going to clean up the edge, clean up the weeds. This crepe myrtle needs to come out of dormancy as well, but it's going to be a minute. But yeah, we've got some growth, and then so we just got to clean it up and get ready for spring. So now when we get back here to the back, let me show you how the back is looking. Because, you know, we looked at the grass the other day, but we haven't really looked too closely at our flower beds. So let me show you these. So here, let me get out of the shade here. So these here are, we've got lots of roses, and we planted these a while ago. And this guy's a little bit out of control, so we're going to trim him back. But I've got compost coming for the grass, but I'm also going to add some compost to fill this in. I put these flower boxes in last year, and they look great, and they hold up really well. But with the roses, we thought they were going to die a while ago, especially that one. And then this little guy here was pretty much gone, I thought. But they've come back, and we're pretty happy with that. So we're going to clean up those flower beds, and then back there, we got to clean that up and cut in the edge really, really well. There's not a lot of definition back in here, but we're gonna take care of that. And then, of course, the hill. If you notice at the beginning of the video that I did last week, you will see, or a couple weeks ago actually, you will see that these were just green, but look how pretty they've gotten. And how much flowering that they've got. And then I've got my hostas that are starting to come up. I love hostas, but we definitely are going to get rid of some of these things. Like that thing is dead, so we're going to get rid of that. My little Japanese maple is coming up really nicely, and I'm not sure if we're going to keep that or not. But anyway, so we want to define this edge here really well to lead up to the flower bed and retaining wall that we built last year. And then I've got to finish these steps, which is a project I'm going to do on my other channel, which is the shark shed. I've mentioned that a couple times, so stay tuned for that. I actually took down the video where I built this thing, and I'm going to repost it on the shark shed, and then I'm actually going to add the step build to that. And then over here, we've got a little bit of definition that we have to do. And then these guys are our hydrangeas that I keep thinking are going to die, but they look like they're starting to come back up. And then the big thing that we got to do here is these, I don't know what they're called. I think we call them monkey grass, but I'm not sure exactly what they're called. But we need to thin this out because it's getting a little bit out of control. And what we may do is take a bunch of these, at least half of them, and we're going to put them up there along the fence. And that should take care of that. So, and then also we've got hostas coming up here as well. And they're looking super healthy. We may have to thin those out a little bit because they tend to get like really big and they take up a lot of space. So we just gotta move that stuff around. So anyway, those are the major projects that we have to do today that we're gonna start. Like I said, it's gonna be a multi-day project because today we're just gonna be doing the flower beds and definition of the flower beds, and then we'll come back with some mulch and maybe some new plants. But today is day one, so the missus is already underway. She's got ahead of me. So anyway, let's get to work. Well, I'm pretty wiped out. Did not finish everything I thought I was going to finish because, I'm way more ambitious than I have energy. But let me show you what we did get done today. So we were able to carve out all of the flower beds. They look pretty nice, including this tree where we made it just a little bit bigger. And same thing up here. Give it a little bit more definition because every time I come through with my reel mower, I actually clip both of those edges, so I make those a little bit bigger. And then there's always this hump that was sitting right there, and I was never able to get the reel mower to cut over it, and it was scalping it, so I just cut that out, and then everything else pretty much stayed the same there. We do have some more that I have to do on those flower beds right there, but we got this tree, got that all trimmed out. And then we also trimmed out back there, and we were able to, where my wife is watering right now, we were able to move a few of the plants that are actually back here, and we thinned things out. So both of these junipers, that one and that one, used to be back in this corner. So we moved those. We were able to move some of these boxwoods around, and then we moved some of the smaller shrubs that were sitting in the front. They were kind of taking up a lot of space, and they weren't doing anything. I don't think it likes the morning sun that hits over here. So we actually were able to move things around. I think it looks a lot more symmetrical and it looks a lot better as well. The other thing that we moved was we have these bushes there, the big old thorns, and they're red, and there were two of them that were sitting right there in front of that crepe myrtle. So we basically moved one back, moved that one forward, and then moved the other one back over there where my wife is standing. So we were able to move the one red bush right there, and then we've got both of these peonies that are coming up, and I'm hoping that this year they flower because they haven't been flowering. But we've got a bunch of mulch that we're gonna have to put in there, and then pretty much everywhere up there. But as you can see, I did not finish this flower bed. I just ran out of gas. I'm an old man. So that's pretty much it. That's all we got done today. We'll come back through and finish all this up. And then you guys can rejoin us when we get the mulch and the compost out. Really the mulch, the compost will be a whole different video, but all that stuff will come in together at about the same time. So anyway, that's all we got for today. Stay tuned, we're coming back.
Much later.
So we're back today with 2 yards of mulch that I got from the local supplier. And then I've also got some compost back there, but that compost is going to go down a different day after I've had a chance to mow the lawn and to scalp everything down. But for now, I need to finish up these flower beds. So that's what we're going to work on now, and then we should be done. All right, folks, well, we finished up all of the mulch for now at 2 yards, and I was hoping that it would cover a lot more of the yard, but it didn't. So I finished mowing just now, so don't mind the clippings of the grass in there. I'll clean that up here in a second, but I do want to show you what it looks like now that we have 2 yards of mulch down in the front. Flower beds look really nice, and I really love this mulch. It's very small particles, very few big chunks. It's all hardwood. There are no dyes in this. We did all of our hard edges right there, and they look really, really, really good. And then when we get over to this side, same thing. My wife and I are going to work on some flowers like for right there and there. But right now, all the plants got moved around, and I think the spacing is much, much better. We've got a few things coming up right there. Like I said, we've got some clippings that are in the mulch beds right now, but I'll get that cleaned up. But overall, it looks very good. Now that I've got that nice hard edge on the flower beds, it looks nice. And of course, our big Japanese maple right here looks really good, nice and clean. And then our strip here between mine and my neighbor's yard, this one looks really good. Not exactly sure what kind of tree this is, but it was not as healthy when we first moved in here, and now it's looking very good. But yeah, grass is looking great. Just got the real mower on here, and it looks fantastic. So yeah, folks, so that's it. This is where I'm gonna end this video. I'll get some more mulch for the back. I won't bore you with that stuff probably, but we will do some more landscaping. You know, this is a lawn channel, but I included all the flower beds as well. We got to take care of everything, but it looks really good. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, I would really appreciate it if you like it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then please subscribe. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. And if you want to be notified of any future videos, don't forget to hit that bell, and we will see you on the next one. Have a great week, everybody.